I'm Austin Huntington, and I'm principal cellist with the Symphony. If you take something from the 1800s and something from the 1980s, they're two different interpretations, and it's two different ways of using the same melody. And so I think the main thing is that when you listen to music, classical music or any other music, it mainly depends what you feel about it. And for example, there's a Sting song called Russians, and it takes a theme from Prokofiev's Lieutenant Kije, which is beautiful, gorgeous, and for Prokofiev and for people listening to Prokofiev it means one thing, for people listening to Sting it's an entirely different, and so this doesn't necessarily have to just be one way, this is the interpretation, this is everything. So whatever you feel from music, you feel from music. It's all music that I love, and when I was growing up, I wasn't really exposed to anything other than classical music because my two parents were huge classical fans, and they had their own musical preferences outside of classical music, but for example, I didn't hear Journey until I was 19 or 20, just stuff like that. Bohemian Rhapsody I didn't hear until last year, and so just a lot of stuff that's really shocking, to me included. And so these are the kinds of pieces where I know the classical pieces inside and out, but then when I go and I hear at a concert or on Spotify, I hear this other piece, they're like, wait, that's Brahms' Third Symphony, or that's Elgar Enigma Variations. And where I know a lot of people would do the other way, like they would know, oh, that's the newest song by Muse. Oh wait, that classical piece, it sounds just like it. It's a little bit of reverse engineering. So actually, speaking of Muse, I'm a huge Muse fan, and so on their latest album they had this huge, I think 11-minute song called The Globalist, and it's very cool. It goes through so many different changes, and at the very end there's this one melody, very haunting, very sweet, and it caught my attention because it's the same melody as the famous Elgar Enigma Variations Nimrod movement, and it has the same leaps and everything. And what I really like about Muse is just I think their pianist is a classically trained pianist, and so they incorporate a ton of classical music into their works. The other big one that I really loved was Frank Sinatra, Take My Love, and it's based on Brahms' Third Symphony almost exactly, and I love the way in the very beginning, the intro, the strings have that very nice like old-timey jazzy sound, and it's just, I mean, you can't go wrong with either interpretation, and that was one of those where my mind was blown, because I was just learning the Brahms Third, and somebody was like, oh, it sounds like Frank Sinatra, and I checked it, I was like, holy crap, that's awesome.